fashion was Sarah Langa's first language, and now she's designing her next chapter. It's happening at this year's Decorex Johannesburg. So for a decade, she has had her mood, turn her mood, her identity, a cultural, a digital fashion archive. She's put it up for the world to see. And now this time she's in the front row, showing up with her own interior brands and installation as well, and perhaps also moves that often feel inevitable. So with this collection, she is at the intersection of a minimalist who proves that if fashion dresses us, then interiors dress the life that we live inside of that. Sarah's joining us virtually to unpack this a little bit further, and I'm excited for this chat. Sarah, good morning. Thank you for joining us at this hour.
Good morning, how exciting.
I'm excited for you. I think it's so great that you're able to pivot and really just keep, that ever-evolving story of yourself and your passion. So you, for over 10 years, you've dressed other people. We've seen you express yourself as well. And now you're Decorex for this next chapter. So it's the right time. But please tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a seamless transition from fashion to interior design because 10 years in the game, you kind of realize how people dress up every day the same way they want to kind of like wake up and experience their homes. And I decided after COVID, okay, this has been a passion of mine since I was a child. I was always the child that was reorganizing the house and redecorating rooms. And I was like, let me make it official. I moved to London and I studied interior design. And 3 years later, I decided to start the studio. And yeah, I mean, my design philosophy is creating what I feel we've taken for granted, what an African home would look like and represent. And that's what I'm going to be demonstrating at Decorex this year. It has been less than a year of me entering this new field. And I feel like not only has everyone welcomed me with open arms, but, it's just been so... It's been so nerve-wracking entering the space that is so different but yet so similar, and getting to learn about it while actually in it, So I'm so excited. This year we'll be at the Decorex.
Sarah, you don many hats. I know you're committed to lifelong learning as well, and it shows through because you've also had to take the courage. You've spoken about transitioning now into this space as well, and showcase that clarity, right? We know clarity is kindness. So your brand or your aesthetic rooted in minimalism, right? So just talk to us a little bit more about how that's expressed and how it's lived as well. Well, what are we in for?
So when I was in design school, I realized how you have all these different design philosophies that represent whether it's a specific culture or a specific time in history or, an architectural style, but there was no design philosophy that unified what like an African home would look like. And I found it to be a major gap in the industry. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to go into interior design, I want to do something that no one else has ever done. You get all these like African inspired designs, but there's nothing that actually comes together to, I don't want to say intellectualize, but just bring together a look and identity that represents Africa. So that is my mission. And I think you'll see it when you come to Decorex and when you come to my stand. Everything looks familiar, but it's also seeing familiar elements being designed in ways that you've never thought of. So I use textiles that, are truly African. I've collaborated with African craftsmanship, African designers, and I think that's the thing. It's like bringing all these elements to create something that's, in fashion we'd say wearable, but in design we would say, livable. So
Sarah, I want to come in there, Sarah, because I can hear you're making it intentional, but you're obviously not trying to make it too stereotypical as well. So when you speak about the designers, the textures, the materials, or the local elements that represent who we are, inspire your collection, what are you using?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more.
So I've, for example, designed a chair in collaboration with Mo's Crib, and they've basically brought in weavers from all parts of South Africa into their factory, and they weave grass hand-woven baskets, and wall art, and we basically collaborated with them to create a chair that, yeah, I mean, it's insane when you see this chair. It's basically a wire chair, which is also, you know, the wiring is made by a local artist,
Yeah.
and the integration of wire and grass coming together. It's like such familiar elements that you've never seen together. So and also just the juxtaposition of like really hard and intense materials like stainless steel, that like I've made a modular sofa with stainless steel but with velvet. So I mean, the theme this year is the soft life. So how do you interpret that, whether it's an emotional experience or it's something that you're bringing in through textile? And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm bringing in really soft elements but also bringing in that nostalgic element.
You know, it's timeless as well. And I wonder if you can speak to a quote that says, "We shape our homes and then our homes shape us." And what that means when it comes to how, you know, this aids our confidence, our productivity, our sense of feeling at home, feeling safe as well. What do you want to express through that feeling as well?
My intention is not to create trendy furniture.
Yes.
I'm coming in the space not only as a designer, but a furniture manufacturer, and an artist. And I'm trying to create an identity that is not cosplay or trendy, but something that is timeless and something that is nostalgic, something that is familiar and that is attainable. And I think in my 10 years of being in the industry, I position myself as this luxury brand that's coming into the space. I don't want to be like put on this pedestal of, oh, she's luxury. I want to create a collection of pieces that everyone can have in their home, whether I make it or an auntie from KZN makes it. They're all made by familiar textiles and materials and talent, that, you know, you can identify with and that you can attain. And yeah, I think that's the mission is bigger than me, and it's about appreciating, you know, what African design is about and African craftsmanship. And like you said, it's linked to your identity, and it's about bringing pride to an African home.
Sarah, there's creativity, there's intentionality there. I wanted to touch on the issue of budget, but I think you've nipped that one in the bed there. We're obviously looking at making it functional form as well. But this is your debut. So just remind us of when you are actually going to be there, the conversations that are also going to be had, you know, as you showcase at the exhibition, etc.
So I'll be speaking on Thursday morning for a panel discussion with Future Talks at Decorex. And my stand will be on level 2 from Thursday to Sunday. And like you said, it's my debut. So I really tried to go all out and create a stand that is really going to be mind-blowing. I hope I can fulfill everyone's expectations. But yeah, Decorex is, I mean, as I don't know if you've been before, but it's a week long of festivities and appreciation for design, and not only design in what I do from a furniture manufacturing perspective, but in all elements that create a home. So from art, from home deco to, you know, joinery. So if you are in the industry of like creating spaces and creating homes or redesigning your home, it's definitely the one place where you can go and find everyone kind of come together and put their best. So I hope you guys can come visit me the second floor of Decorex from Thursday to Sunday. I'll be there.
Okay, Sarah, that's an invitation. We'll take it. Thank you. Wishing you all the best of luck. Congrats on your new chapter and just this debut, of course. It's a big one, you know. It's the courage to transition and shine and show up. So we appreciate that. Sarah Langa this morning chatting to us about her new chapter, designer, of course, not showcasing at this year's Decorex there. Thank you to her for joining us.